Deathtrap Dungeon is an interactive video realization of Ian Livingstone's multi-million selling classic gamebook starring Eddie Marsan as narrator, developed and published by Branching Narrative Limited.
Despite its name, Fang was an ordinary small town in a northern province of Chiang Mai, situated on the banks of a river.
The book was originally published in 1984 and was the sixth gamebook in the Fighting Fantasy series. The game takes place in a labyrinth in the town of Fang, created by Baron Sukhumvit. The Trial of Champions, as it's known, is meant to be the ultimate contest, granting the winner a purse of 10,000 gold pieces and the freedom of Chiang Mai forever. However, the challenge is great and survival is unlikely, as the labyrinth is filled with traps and monsters for contestants to overcome. No one has succeeded in completing the trial, and your character hopes to become the first. There are 5 contestants at first, and you are the last to enter, with each contestant entering at 30-minute intervals.
Now it is your turn to salute the crowd. Holding your violet scarf aloft, you take one final deep breath of cool, fresh air before turning to pass between the stone-pillared gateway into Sukhumvit's corridors of power to face unknown perils on the walk through the mighty Baron's Deathtrap Dungeon.
The game offers you choices as you progress through the dungeon. However, these choices are limited. The mechanics themselves are very simple, and combat can become a little repetitive, with the same scenes being reused many times. I can't count how many times I hurled myself at my enemy, fists flailing and land a stunning blow, even though I have a perfectly good sword.
You hurl yourself at your enemy, fists flailing, and land a stunning blow. You hurl yourself at your enemy, fists flailing, and land a stunning blow. You hurl yourself at your enemy, fist flailing, and land a stunning blow. You hurl yourself at your enemy, fist flailing, and land a stunning blow. Pleased with your victory, you wipe the vile yellow slime from the blade of your sword and walk quickly to the door.
Combat is pretty much automated, where you can either eat your provisions to regain health/stamina, attack, try your luck against your opponent, which is something of a double-edged sword, whereas if you're lucky you'll do more damage, but if you're unlucky then more damage will be inflicted upon you. You can also choose to run away, but will always receive a hit when doing so,
costing you 2 stamina points. So be sure you have enough. Such is the price of cowardice.
When actually fighting, you do nothing. The dice are rolled automatically for you. It would be nice to have control over this mechanic, making you feel more involved and in control of your own actions.
The Minotaur leans forward and takes a run at you. Speed is impressive, but you duck and roll aside, landing a heavy blow on its shin.
With this being an FMV, full motion video game, the quality of the video itself is very nice. There are different camera angles at times, which helps mix things up. Sound effects are good and well used, creating a nice atmosphere for you to engulf yourself in.
The clamour of the excited spectators gradually fades behind you as you venture deep into the gloom of the cavern. Large crystals hang from the tunnel roof at 20-meter intervals, radiating just enough soft light for you to see your way.
It would be nice to have more of these sound effects in the game, but it's not a deal breaker. The UI is okay, but nothing fantastic, and can certainly do with some attention. You can view a list of your weapons, items and jewels you found during your journey. There's no interaction with these items, however, and they're purely words in a list. It would have been nice to have a rendered image of these items or an illustration maybe. It felt like most of the budget was spent getting Eddie Marsan as the narrator and recording the video than the rest of the game. You also have a map where you can see all the locations you've been and save points for you to load up, should you wish to go back at any point and try different routes. If you're a fan of fantasy adventure games and want a solo dungeon experience and enjoy Dungeon and Dragon-like games, but have no one to play with and no dungeon master, then this is a game worth looking at.
The Minotaur swings its huge axe above its head. You step aside as it smashes into the floor. You're able to land an attack from the side.
However, if you'd like a more interactive experience, you might want to look elsewhere. It would be nice to have more illustrations in the game, control over your own dice rolls, for there to be more combat variations so there's less looping, and neater UI. However, there is lots of paths to take, good video and audio quality making it a nice enough experience. However, this is an early access game, and I hope the developers continue adding polish to this game, as with more features as mentioned and a bit of tender loving care, this would be a much more enjoyable experience. And while I have had fun playing it to a certain degree, it's not a game that would keep me personally interested for a long time.
You cannot resist the Medusa's beguiling gaze as she looks into your eyes. You feel your limbs begin to stiffen, and you panic helplessly as you turn to stone. Your adventure ends here.
I'm Game on Scorpio, and for more news, reviews and previews, head over to the Thumb Culture website. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment, and I'll see you all in the next one.